So hi again, 3-3. So for today's session, pagod na ba kayo, class? Wait lang ah. Okay, there you go. Okay, so wait, test ko muna audio ko. Check mic. Okay, so audio production. This course introduces the fundamental concepts such as audio principles, audio electronics, audio amplification, and audio synchronization. Furthermore, it provides free service teachers with an overview of incorporating audio and video in teaching. The curriculum explores the production process of both audio and video, delves into the elements used in cloud concepts, and examines the utilization of audio and video as an assessment tool in learning. Yeah, so institutional learning outcomes, program outcomes, course objectives. This is default to all the syllabus. And let's start here. So week 1, again, this is the morphing into a 21st century teacher. This is spread out all throughout the semester. And the occupational health and safety were discussed already. So for today's agenda, we'll have an overview of audio-video production. But since this is already our second week, as mentioned last week, we'll just dedicate a small portion of today's session for syllabus presentation. But the topics for today's session is the fundamentals of sounds and audio principles. Okay, so we'll tackle this after the presentation of syllabus. Okay, fundamentals of sounds and audio principles. Discover different audio principles that needed in understanding the basics of audio. May hindi nakamute. So KC. Okay, there you go. Going back. Next is the acoustic environment. Enumerate the factors that affect sound from the acoustic environment. Next, week 4 to 5, audio electronics, components, introduction to audio amplification, audio amplifiers, performance, negative feedback, and noise and grounding. So enumerate the building blocks, components of audio electronics, introduce audio amplifiers, techniques, and improvements in sound production. Week 6 to 7, digital audio, fundamentals, representation of audio signals, digital audio, recording basics, digital audio compression, and sound production system. Define audio as data in digital technology. Perform digital audio recording basics to produce data. Utilize tape recorders or digital recorders to record sounds. Okay, then midterm, then part 3. Using audio and video in teaching. So part 3 is about audio and video in teaching, but predominantly focus on audio rather than video. Audio and video resources to support learning. Using audio and video for cloud concepts. Producing audio and video. So this is for week 12. 3 steps in producing audio and video. Creating a welcome message or weekly updates. Then audio and video in assessment. Then using video in formative assessment. using audio and video for assignment feedback. The last part of this course, audio production, is real-world application. Okay, mixing mastery, develop advanced mixing techniques for optimal audio balance, master dynamic range control, stereo imaging, and spatialization. Collaborate on hands-on projects to apply learned skills, receive valuable feedback from experienced instructor and industry professional. We'll have a partnership with FAMO and CMO, okay, for us to explore the devices that they are using, especially in FAMO, because they are in charge in lights and sound. FAMO is Facility Management Office, okay? So possible magkakaroon tayo ng pair up to observe and to have a hands-on experience for the DAW or DAW, the digital audio workstation that the facility management office are using. Okay, for example, may event sa Bulwagang Balagtas. Of course, may lights and sound yun. Or may event sa covered court or sa somewhere in PUP. Then they are using the um, digital audio workstation of PUP. Now we will get their schedule probably 2 months in advance and magtatalaga ako sa inyo ng to pair up to proceed to that particular event and to observe and probably, hopefully, they'll let us navigate uh, the DAW or the digital audio workstation that we are using to those events. Okay? So para magkakaroon kayo ng micro OJT sa audio production. Pero ano lang, mga ano lang yun. Mga at least one event ma-experience nyo. Okay? Okay? Uh, to navigate and to mix audio during an event in PUP. And also for CMO, we'll try to partner with them also for them to show us different types of microphones, shotgun mic, or omnidirectional microphone, yeah, that's suited for different types of scenarios such as interview or um, event um, coverage, okay, different types of mics. So that's what we are aiming to do on the latter part of this semester. Okay, do you have any question? None? Okay, so let's proceed to our discussion. Share sound. There you go. The first topic that we have is the fundamentals of sound, exploring the basics. So basic lang to, nothing to worry. But at the end of this discussion, we'll have a 20-item quiz. Okay, so pay attention to the discussion so you'll be able to have an answer to our 20-item quiz at the end of this presentation. Okay, fundamentals of sound, exploring the basics. So agendas are vibration, frequency, amplitude, sample rate, bit depth, aliasing, and the Nyquist theorem. See, I told you guys, basic to. Starts with vibration, then ends with Nyquist theorem. Okay, let's start here. So sound is a form of energy that travels through mediums, different types of medium, such as air, water, solid, and the other forms in the form of a wave. Okay, so it is produced by vibration and is characterized by properties such as frequency and amplitude. Okay, foreshadowing. These two very important words in audio production, frequency and amplitude. Now, question, is there a sound, can sound travel in the outer space? What do you think, class? Pag sumigaw ka sa outer space. Hello, hello.
No po, sir.
Okay, very good. No. Kasi there is no medium for the wave to travel to. Kasi nga walang air sa outer space. So kahit magsisisigaw ka doon, wala kang maririnig. And yun yung pinakatahimik na part. Okay. So foreshadowing nga yung frequency and amplitude. Now let's talk about frequency. So very simple concept of frequency, how frequent it is, okay? Frequency refers to the number of cycles of a sound wave per second and is measured in hertz. Okay, higher frequencies result in higher pitch sound. One cycle is equal to 1 hertz. Okay, so ito class, the hertz is the plural and the singular form of the word hertz. So kahit 1 lang, hertz pa rin siya, okay? So 1 hertz, 2 hertz, it's always hertz. Now, as mentioned, 1 hertz means 1 cycle per second. So pay attention to the example here. So we start here, and this is the 1 second mark. If that's the case, are we able to finish 1 cycle in this 1 second mark? Yes or no? Did we? Yes, correct,
Yes, sir.
correct. So how many hertz we have in this picture here? How many hertz?
2, sir.
2 po,
Okay,
sir.
2,
Ay, 1 lang, sir, 'pag yung
1 lang.
nakabilog lang.
Yes, kasi this is the 1 second mark as mentioned, di ba? Ito yung 2 second mark. 1 second mark. And 1 hertz is the cycle per second. So therefore, this picture right here is just 1 cycle. We finished, we started here, okay? And 1 full revolution, then 1 cycle ends where we started in this point. So this is the end, the y-axis and the x-axis is here. Okay, so this is 1 cycle. 1, then another 1 cycle for this 1 second. So all 1 hertz for this one. Okay, now let's check how many hertz this is. Disregard the purple line and the dots in between the frequency first. So count how many cycles or hertz we have in this picture. Okay, someone's raising 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So correct. Uh, Justin, Andre, we have 6 hertz in this picture. So this is where we start, and 1 hertz, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 hertz. When we write 6 hertz, capital letter H and small letter Z or Z, 6 hertz. Let's see if that's correct. Okay, next, how many hertz we have here? Unmute if you know the answer already. Yes, Nick?
12 po, sir.
12. Okay, let's check. if that is 12. So start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have actually 13 hertz, Nick. Okay, so 13 cycles in this particular example. So you'll count at the very end, okay? So that you'll be able to get the actual hertz. Next, yeah, 13 hertz. Okay, last example. Count how many hertz. All right, let's count how many hertz. Starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. So we have 15 hertz for this example. Okay. So the concept of frequency is now clear to us. Simple. Okay. How many cycles are there in 1 second mark? That's the frequency. Okay. Now, trivia. Did you know that we can only hear between 20 to 20,000 hertz? Anything below or higher than that, we cannot hear it anymore. Okay. So human ear can only hear between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Now here is the audible frequency range or hearing range. So it spans from the lower limit of infrasound to the upper limit of ultrasound. Here's an exploration of hertz range that encompasses human hearing. So infrasound, excuse, below 20 hertz fall into the infrasound range. While these frequencies are technically below the threshold of human hearing, some people may perceive them as vibration than distinct sound. Large-scale natural events like earthquakes or man-made activities such as explosion can generate infrasound. So no wonder the cats and dogs have wider audible frequency range. So probably they can hear between 5 hertz to 50,000 hertz. So that's probably the audible frequency range of some animals. No wonder 10 seconds, 5 seconds before earthquake, cats and dogs already can hear it coming. While us humans, since it's below our hearing range, we don't have any idea yet, pero sila nagpapanic na. Then here is the audible range is 20,000 to 20, I'm sorry, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay. So the core of the audible frequency range for humans extends from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. This is the range where most everyday sounds and music occur. Okay. So the lower end of the spectrum is associated with deep bass tones, while higher end includes harmonics and musical instruments, consonants in speech, and other high pitch sounds. Now, ultrasound above 20,000, okay, um, hertz fall into the ultrasound range, while human typically cannot hear this high pitch sound. Some animals, such as bats, dogs, have the ability to detect ultrasound. Medical imaging and various industrial application also utilize ultrasound. So that's the same ultrasound for gender reveal when you visit the hospital. That's all ultrasound. Now, let's talk about the concept of amplitude. So we're good with the frequency now. Let's proceed to the amplitude. Now, if the frequency deals with around horizontal orientation of the wave, here in amplitude, this deals with the vertical orientation of the wave. Okay, the higher the the wave vertically, that is the higher amplitude. Okay. Now, wavelength is, of course, the distance between two frequencies, just like this one. And the concept that we need to understand is wavelength is inversely proportion to the number of frequencies. What do we mean by inversely proportion? Meaning they are opposite in nature. When one increases, one decreases, and vice versa. Isn't it, class? So let's say this is a 1 second mark. So it starts here, 1 second interval. So how many hertz we have? 1, 2, okay, 3 hertz. Now let's say 3 hertz. Ganito kahaba yung wavelength niya. Pero kapag dumami yung hertz na 1, 2, 3, naging 18 hertz, of course, yung wavelength, iikli din. Okay, so their relationship is inversely proportion. Got it? Opposite sila in nature. Pag mahaba yung wavelength, kaunti yung frequency. Kapag marami yung frequency, maikli yung wavelength. Understood, class? That's inversely proportion relationship. Parang ano, yung police visibility and tendency of crime to occur, di ba? Inversely proportion sila. Pag doon sa lugar na maraming police visibility, tendency is low crime may occur and vice versa. No police visibility, then high crimes will occur. So yun lang naman yung relationship between wavelength and frequency. And amplitude deals with the magnitude or intensity of sound wave. It determines the volumes or loudness of a sound. Larger amplitudes produce louder sounds. Kaya nga yung sound wave generator app, di ba? Nakakatawa gamitin yun. Kasi pag bumulong ka, let's say dito yung base mark. So, kunyari, ASMR keme. Yung sound wave niya mga ganito lang. Then suddenly, pag sumigaw ka, umihim ka, gaganon yan. Then, bumulong ka ulit. Yan. Hi guys, welcome back. Yan, ganyan. The more louder, the higher the amplitude. So that's what the amplitude behave with a larger sound. Okay, now let's proceed to the next. Okay, now another concept that we need to understand is the analog to digital conversion. Okay, so our goal is to capture the analog sound into digital version of it. Parang photography, parang video production, di ba? Everything we see in nature, we can see it, and our goal is to capture it digitally. So ganun din, analog to digital conversion. That's the essence of um, converting analog, okay, sound to digital conversion. Kung anong narinig mo sa real world, ang goal natin is to capture it as high as quality as possible in a digital format. Allows for the preservation, manipulation, and efficient storage of audio information in digital form. It is a crucial step in modern audio production, enabling a wide range of possibilities for recording, editing, and distributing audio content. Now, here, class, is if in analog, the sound wave, we talk about frequency and amplitude. Dito naman sa converting analog to digital, the two crucial concept here is sampling rate and bit depth. Ayun, dalawa. Bit depth and sampling rate. Okay? Pag na master nyo yung concept ng bit depth and sampling rate, okay? Um, everything in audio production or in analog to digital will make sense. And it's not difficult to understand it. Let's just be familiar with different types of concept. Okay, now let's start here. So the most common sampling rate in audio is here. You will always encounter this 44.1 kilohertz or 44,100 hertz. Okay, so have you considered how mind-blowing the 44,100 kilohertz? Sorry, 44,100 hertz, 'di ba? So say in 1 second, there is a 44,100 cycle. So ganun kadami yung um, nag-occur na information dun sa loob ng 1 second. Okay? So alam mo na natin 'yan. So kung kanina hinati yung example ko sa inyo, 'di ba? Ano lang 13 hertz, 15 hertz, 6 hertz. Now we are talking about 44,100 hertz. Okay. Ganun na kalaki yung number. Suddenly, nag-jump sa ganun kalaki. Now, this sampling rate is widely used in production of audio for various applications such as music, movies, and multimedia. Okay, so in multimedia production, including video editing and audio synchronization, 44.1 kilohertz will always be there because that is the standard for CD audio. And it is the sweet spot between audio quality and file size. Okay. So in music production, while higher sampling rates such as 48 kilohertz and 96 kilohertz, they exist, are also used in music production, especially in professional setting. 44.1 kilohertz remains prevalent or rampant or widely used, particularly for music intended for CD release or digital distribution. Okay, so the metaphor for this, no, not really metaphor, comparison is think of the 44.1 kilohertz as the 1080p and the 48 kilohertz is the 4K. Therefore, the 96 kilohertz is what? If we're going to compare it in video resolution. Ano sa tingin nyo? 44.1 is 1080p. 48 kilohertz is 4K. 96 kilohertz is, what's next to 4K? What's next to 4K resolution? 8K, correct. Correct, Carl. Correct. It's 8K. Di ba after 4K, 8K, 4K resolution na nga, sobrang linaw na. What more kung 8K resolution? So same thing here. For us, for everyday consumption, 44.1 kilohertz is more than enough. Okay? This exists, the 48 kilohertz exists, and the 96 kilohertz exists, but they are not that practical compared to the 44.1 kilohertz. Yung 1080 nga lang na resolution natin sa mga TV natin, di ba? Satisfied na tayo. Ang ganda na, HD na. Tapos 4K, naging 4K pa. Wow, ang ganda talaga. Napaka ganda ng resolution. Yung 4K, unimaginable na yung clarity niya. So yun, that's the difference between these three resolution. And this is true, class. The 44.1 kilohertz, 48 kilohertz, and 96 kilohertz are just resolution for frequency. Okay? So, yun yung relationship ng sampling rate sa frequency. Sampling rate is the resolution for frequency. Now we are clear with the sampling rate. We call this sampling rate. Okay, file size consideration. Higher sampling rates result in larger file size, obviously. And 44.1 kilohertz strikes a balance between audio quality and storage efficiency. This is important for application where file size is a consideration, such as streaming and downloadable content. So it's audio streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Music, they all uses the very practical 44.1 kilohertz because it ensure compatibility with wide range of devices. The bottom line is you can't go wrong with 44,100 hertz. Now, if you use the higher frequencies such as 96 kilohertz, then probably mas mataas din yung data consumption nun. So, hindi siya masyadong ideal sa streaming. Mako-consume ka na masyadong maraming data. Then, yung difference is, there is a difference, but it's hardly noticeable, right? Parang yung difference between 4K, then 1080 sa 8K. Pag pinanood mo yan in one montage, you can't hardly notice it. So same thing as like that. So why bother using high resolution, which is impractical? So we'll stick with the 44.1 kilohertz. Okay, now, a while ago, I asked you to disregard the purple line. The purple line is actually the sampling or the sample rate of the frequency. Okay, so aside from the hertz that you will count, you count the number of how many times it was divided. And that's how you get the sampling rate. Okay, so number of samples in audio taken per second during the recording or production of a digital audio signal. It is a fundamental parameter that determines the resolution and fidelity of digital representation of an analog audio waveform. Diba ganun naman yung goal class ng photography, ng video production, ng audio production? Kung ano yung nakikita mo in real world, dapat mag-translate yun as much as possible, the same thing kapag digital version na. Diba yun yung goal ng photography? Pag nag-capture ka, nakita mo yung kinapture mo, okay, para siyang nakikita ko siya first hand. So, ganun din sa audio production. Kung na-record mo, may kumakanta using acoustic guitar, then may mic, ni-record mo, then yung audio niya, pag pumikit ka, as if parang tumutugtog lang siya sa harap mo. Yun yung goal. Okay? And we can only achieve that goal if we have a high sampling rate. Okay, so we have two frequency. First is the frequency and the sampling frequency. So, bilangan natin yung sampling frequency dito. Okay, lahat ng may dot, kasi yung dyan natin hinahati yung frequency natin. Again, 1 second mark. So, how many sampling frequency? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 hertz sampling frequency, SF, 7 hertz. Now, how about the frequency? Ilan ang frequency ng ano na to? Anyone? Okay, 6. So, ang frequency niya is 6 hertz. Ang sampling frequency niya is 7 hertz. Okay? So, that's how simple it is for us to count the sampling rate. Okay? Or the sampling frequency. Now, now, the Nyquist theorem. I will explain this the simplest way possible. Okay? So, the Nyquist theorem states that it's a fundamental concept using a processing and digital audio. It provides guidelines for accurately representing analog signals in digital format through sampling. Wait lang, ang ingay nung ano ko ng messenger. Baka may nag-message na importante. Hindi nyo naman nakikita, class, no, pag nag-alt tab ako. Hindi ba?
Di po.
Hindi po, sir.
Okay. Wait lang Ay, may announcement si Dean. Well, lang. View ko lang. Okay. Going back. So as I mentioned, the Nyquist theorem is just simply a guidelines para maganda ang conversion from analog to digital. So yun lang. That's the main thought. Provides guidelines for accurately representing analog signals in a digital format through sampling. So ang idea nun is dapat daw laging times 2 ni frequency ang sampling frequency. Okay? So kung ang frequency mo is 6 hertz, at least 12 ang sampling frequency mo para maganda pakinggan yung recording. Gets? So yun lang yung idea ni Nyquist, ni Harry Nyquist, na dapat yung sampling frequency is always more than twice. Okay? Times 2 or more sa original frequency. Ganun lang. That's the Nyquist theorem all about. Gets ba, class? Yun lang yung idea of Harry Nyquist. So who is Harry Nyquist? He is from Sweden, and he got his PhD in Yale University, and he worked in Bell Labs, currently AT&T. And ito yung company na founded by Alexander Graham Bell. Okay? Bell Labs. Then ngayon, modern day, networking company na siya, yung AT&T. And yung idea niya is understanding the capabilities and limitation of telecommunication. That's Harry Nyquist. Okay? So siya yung responsible kung bakit pleasant pakinggan yung mga audio recordings natin ngayon. Kasi sabi niya, dapat always times 2 or more ang sampling rate, okay, sa frequency ng lahat ng audio para masarap pakinggan. So yun lang naman, be a very simple concept na pinropose niya, which is the Nyquist theorem. So here is an audio example, class. Please listen to this. Ganun yung difference in audio quality. Let's play it once more. Now, what will happen if we don't follow the Nyquist theorem? Okay? So, bilangin natin yung frequency and the sampling frequency of this graph here. Okay? So, aliasing will happen if we don't follow the Nyquist theorem. So, aliasing is the unwanted artifact that occurs when high-frequency components in an analog signal are incorrectly represented or folded into lower frequencies during the analog to digital conversion. So, aliasing yung mangyayari. Aliasing also happens in computer graphics. The example of this is kapag, yes, nagpipixelated ng di maayos yung pag-convert, especially sa video games, nangyayari yung anti-aliasing. Lagi ko ito napapakinggan during the PS3 days. Okay? Kasi yung PS3, piniflex ng Sony na may anti-aliasing capability. For example, naglalakad yung character mo, di ba? Then, sa checkered na floor. Okay? So, first 2 meters from the character, from you, checkered pa yung floors. Pero kapag beyond that, hindi, medyo circle na siya, medyo blurry na siya. So, yun yung aliasing. Okay? It's not rendering properly. Now, that also happens in audio production. So, notice how the number of frequency is higher than the sampling frequency, which is should not be the case. Magkakaroon ng aliasing pag ganyan yung nangyari. So, bilangin natin kung ilan yung frequency nito. So, 1, 2, so let's say, ano to, 1 second mark, 3, 4, 5. So, yung frequency niya is 4.5 hertz. Ang sampling frequency naman niya is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. SF is 7 hertz. So, hindi man lang umabot sa times 2. So, ito yung consequence of not following the Nyquist theorem. Magkakaroon ng sampling frequency. Pero ngayon, wala nang aliasing na nagaganap kasi yung mga sampling frequency natin is 44,100. Yan pa ba naman magkaroon pa ng ano yan, ng aliasing. Okay, that's the industry standard. Okay, so this is the consequence of not following the Nyquist theorem, the aliasing. Now, let's proceed to the concept of bit depth. Okay? So kung si sampling frequency is kapartner niya si frequency, si bit depth naman ang kapartner niya si amplitude. Okay? So this refers to the number of bits used to represent the amplitude of each sample in a digital audio signal. It is critical parameter that directly affects the resolution and the dynamic range of the digital representation. Okay? Now, bit depth is, we will divide as mentioned, the higher the amplitude, the louder, okay, the sound. Yan. Let's say ganyan. Now, kung hinahati natin yung kanina, yung frequency into sampling rate. Ito namang bit depth, hinahati natin yung amplitude into different values. Ito, 256. So meaning, yung amplitude na to, hatiin mo siya from the bottom to the top 256 times. Now, that's the bit depth value, 8-bit. 256 mong hahatiin yung amplitude. Pag 12-bit, 4,096 mong hahatiin yung amplitude, and so on and so forth. Okay? So 16-bit, 65, 20-bit, 1 million, then 24-bit, 16,777,216 times mong hahatiin tong amplitude. Okay? And yun ang magdedetermine ng resolution ng amplitude. Gets the connection? So meaning, yung sampling rate, yun yung resolution ng frequency. Yung bit depth naman, yun yung resolution ng amplitude. Okay? So of course, the higher the bit rate, the more fidelity or the quality also increases. And as mentioned, this amplitude represents to the loudness of each sample, na kapag 24-bit yung audio recordings mo, kahit napakalakas ng speaker mo, hindi distorted yung audio. Okay? So pag 8-bit lang ang gamit mo, then gumamit ka ng malakas na speaker, distorted. Okay? So garalgal yung audio mo nun. Pero pag 24-bit, ang taas ng resolution. Kahit sobrang lakas pa ng audio mo, sobrang linaw ng audio. Another example, let's say itong 8-bit, siya yung 240p na resolution. Then itong 24-bit, yung 8K. 'Di ba? Ang zoom, when you increase the volume, it is the version of zooming an image, isn't it? 'Di ba class, naisip niyo ba 'yon? Na kapag nilakasan yung volume, para kayong nagzo-zoom ng image. So yun yung metaphor doon.
Yes po.
Yes. So that's what will happen. If the image with 240 resolution, zoom mo, blurred na lalo. Pag 248-bit na resolution zoom mo, then ganun din mangyayari pag audio. Pero pag dito, 16,700,000 yung resolution ng amplitude niya. Kahit i-zoom mo ng i-zoom yan, parang 8K image, i-zoom mo ng i-zoom yan doon sa ibon, baka makikita mo pa yung ano yan, yung pilikmata ng ibon pag zoom mo. Okay? It's same concept with the bit depth. Okay? So that's the connection between bit depth and the amplitude. It's about the resolution. So yun yung dalawang concept na magka-pair between analog and digital conversion, frequency, amplitude, and sample rate, and the bit depth. So yun yung apat na crucial concept that we need to be familiar with. Okay, so let's say here, this first graph, try to count the values, the amplitude values in this first graph here. The bit depth values. Anyone? So kung sample rate is we dissect the sound wave vertically, okay? In bit depth values, we dissect the sound wave horizontally. Therefore, ilan yung bit depth values ng first graph na to? From bottom to top, 10, 100. Di ba ano lang? Ito lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yun, 10 times lang. Okay? Yung number, kung ilan mo kung ilang beses mo siya hinati, yung amplitude. Okay? So 10. 10 yung bit depth value sa first graph na ito. Okay? How about the sampling rate? Okay, expert na kayo dito sa sampling rate. Ulit-ulit na natin itong how many times is the sampling rate of this first graph here? How about the others? Ba't hindi kayo nagsasagot? You can answer 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Hindi nyo ba nabilang na maayos, class? 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, ang sampling frequency ng first graph is 12 hertz. At ang bit depth values niya is 12. Okay? So ilang hertz naman siya? Yung frequency naman ng first graph. Ilan ang frequency nito? Considering assuming that is a 1 second mark. Ilan yung frequency ng first graph? Ano class? Frequency. Okay, 1 hertz. 1 lang kasi isang cycle lang to. Okay? 1 negative, 1 positive, and 1 negative. So 1 hertz. Okay, balance. Starts here. 1 hertz. Okay? And pag nagsasagot kayo, class, kompletuhin nyo, lagyan nyo ng label. Okay? If 1 hertz, 1 hertz. Lagyan mo ng HZ. Okay? Para clear. Okay, now let's proceed to the next graph here. Let's start with the frequency. Ilan ang frequency nito? Assuming this is a 1 second mark. I want everyone to answer properly with the correct label. How about the others? But yun at yun din yung mga nagsasagot dito. Okay, very good. Now, determine the sampling frequency of the second graph. Okay, I'll give you time to count the sampling frequency. You write the proper label. SF is equals to blank hertz. How about the others? We're talking about the sampling frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 hertz. Correct. Now, count the bit depth values of the second graph. Alright, class, huwag niyong lalagyan ng hertz when it comes to determining the bit depth values. Values yung label niya. Okay? Then, huwag niyo muna lalagyan ng bit kasi it only becomes 8-bit, etc. when it reaches certain values such as yung 256 nga kanina. Okay? Kasi yung ano niyan, yes, 20 values, ganyan, ang pagle-label when determining the bit depth values. Values yung dinidetermine natin. Okay? Not hertz. Okay? So, ilalagay nyo lang na label is 20 values. Ganun. So, just like this one. Okay? So, if it reaches 256 values, then that's equivalent to 8-bit. So, ganun, saka lang kayo maglalagay ng bit. But for the meantime, yung mga exercises natin, values lang, bit depth values lang, ang dinidetermine natin. Yeah, dinidetermine natin. So, yun yung, buti narinig nyo, class. Yun. Okay? So, when we are looking for bit depth values, values lang ang ililabel natin, not hertz. Okay? Kasi magka-partner yan eh. 8-bit and 44.1 hertz. So, ganun yung partnership nila. So, let's check if you are correct. The values is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yung bit depth values is 20. Okay, how about the third graph? Hindi. I'm sure you got the idea. Okay, huwag niyo nang bilangan yan. Okay?
Oo na, sir.
Buha kayo ng magnifying glass. No, I'm just kidding. So the gist here is the higher, okay, the sample rate and the bit depth values, and the bit depth, the smoother the sound wave becomes. And that's what we are aiming. Yun yung goal natin. The smoother the sound wave, the conversion from analog to digital is more, the fidelity and the quality also increases. So yun yung goal natin. Kapag ganito kapino yung sound wave niya, then yung audio equivalent niya is napakapino din. Kasi mataas yung resolution sa sample rate and the bit depth. So yun. So here's an example of different bits. Okay. So let's hear it.
Recording made with 16 bits per sample.
Only time will tell our story. Try to hold it as it slips away. Take your half-forgotten glory. Save it for us.
Now, a recording made with 8 bits.
Only time will tell our story. Try to hold it as it slips away. Take your
And now, using only 4 bits. At a resolution of 4 bits, the noise actually covers up some of the music in the quiet sections.
Yes, that's correct. The comparison with
Recording made
pixels is very correct. Okay? Kasi pixel is resolution. Okay, pixels are resolution for photography and video production. And bit depth and sample rate is also a resolution for frequency and amplitude. So yun lang talaga yun. Okay? Same concept, but with audio. Now, a quick summary. So as mentioned, simply sound is comes from any vibration, that there must be a source that vibrates and a medium that it can travel to, such as air, okay, water, solids, and other gases. Now, frequency is the sound wave per second and is measured in hertz. One cycle, 1 hertz. May hindi naka-mute, Tomasa. Okay, amplitude, the intensity of a sound wave, determines the volume or the loudness of the sound. Larger amplitude produces louder sound. Okay. Di ba pag pumalakpak ka, suddenly mag-spike yung amplitude kasi louder amplitude, louder sound. Sample rate, okay. Analog in digital format through sampling, frequency, resolution. So yun lang yan. Sampling, frequency, resolution. Okay, frequency, resolution, ang sampling rate. Nyquist theorem, he proposed that for us to properly transform analog audio to digital, the sampling size, okay, should always times 2 with the original frequency. Aliasing, this is the what will happen if you don't follow the Nyquist theorem. Bit depth is simply amplitude resolution. Okay, clear? Okay, so no question. Get one whole sheet of paper. Madali lang to, class. Magbibilang lang kayo ng frequency and amplitude and bit depth and sampling frequency. Ganun lang. Napakadali. So get one whole sheet of paper. Any paper will do, notebook.
Sir, pwede po sa notes lang. Wala po akong papel.
Oo, pwede nga. Kakasabi ko lang, pwede sa notebook.
Sige po. Notes po nung cellphone.
Ay, hindi pwede. Dapat ano, tangible.
Wait lang
Kasi
po.
pipicturean mo yan. Isasend mo sa GC natin. Kagaya nung ginawa natin nung
Ah,
finals.
hanap lang po ako papel, sir.
Sige. Pag thumbs up nga yung meron ng papel. And write your name, your section, and the date today. Just like the usual thing that you do. And your section, of course. Name, section, date. Thumbs up nga, class, yung meron ng papel. Lahat kayo wala pa. Sina din lang.
Wait po, sir. Naghanap lang po ng ballpen.
Yan, mga estudyanteng mga walang papel at ballpen. Pilasin mo yung kalendaryo nyo. Kasi gagamitin mong papel. Okay. Mag-thumbs up kayo kung meron na kayong papel. Para mag-gauge ko yung... Hindi naman tayo magsimula right away. May ano pa. May practice muna. 3 items na practice. Okay, so I think everyone has a paper. Now let's practice. Determine first the... So assuming this 1 second mark, what's the frequency for this one? 1 second mark siya. What's the frequency? Type in the chat box the frequency with the correct label. Okay, correct. How about the bit depth values? How many is the 8 values, correct? So yun lang, gets nyo na. Next, sample. Okay, count the how many sampling frequency with the correct label. SF is equals to the number of sampling frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And anong ginagawa nyo, class? Bakit 14? 1 second nga lang, di ba? Ba't umabot ng... Nakikita nyo ba yung label? 2 seconds yung nasa harapan nyo. 1 second mark lang yung kinakount natin. We're talking about the sampling frequency. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hertz lang. Okay. SF is equals to 7 hertz. Lagyan nyo ng label 7 hertz. Okay. And of course, yung frequency nito is just 1, right? 1 and 7. Okay. One more example. Okay. Count the number of the sampling frequency. The sampling frequency. That's correct. 4 hertz ang sampling frequency. Okay? So let's count it. 1. Kahit nasa x-axis pa yung tuldok, that's counted as 1. Sa may dot. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. The sampling frequency is 4. Okay? How about the frequency? For frequency, wag nyo nalagyan ng SF equals. Yung automatic hertz na lang agad. Okay, 7 hertz. Correct.
Naging 7 yan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sir, wait lang.
Yes. we're talking about just the frequency. Ano? Mic check, mic. Okay, clear ba? Sino may tanong? Hello. Ngayon, may echo pa rin? Okay na ba, class, yung audio ko?
Okay na po, sir.
Okay. So, clear na, class? Basta bibilangin yung class kahit nasa X or wala sa x-axis. Basta may dot na ganyan. That's a marker for the sampling frequency. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, dito naman sa pangalawa, 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba, huwag ka magpo-focus dyan. Dito ka lang. And pay attention kung nasaan nagtatapos yung 1 second mark. Baka mabilang nyo hanggang 2 second. Madoble nyo. Okay? Pag walang nakalagay na, kasi yung x-axis yun yung time. Pag walang nakalagay na time, automatic 1 second yun. Okay? Automatic 1 second. Ito may nakalagay na time. So, 1 second, 2 second. Yes, Luis?
Sir, tanong ko lang po, paano po yung sa amplitude, sir?
Sa amplitude? Bibilangin mo rin yung sa from the top to bottom or bottom to top in division niya in horizontal orientation. Right? Ay,
Okay po, sir.
yung
Sir,
ang
example po.
yung first example natin dito, 'di ba? Ito. Okay? So sa amplitude, wala namang item sa amplitude class. Ang meron lang sa amplitude is yung depth values, bit depth values. Okay? So ito yung flow ng exam natin. Yan. So 5 items for frequency, 5 items for sample rate, and 5 items for bit depth values, and 5 items for Nyquist rate. Okay, yes, Ira?
Sir, kapag frequency po, diretso po ba hertz na po kami or meron pa pong F?
Wala na.
Hertz na lang po. Sige po, thank you po.
Yung SF lang yung may SF equals. Okay, another example. Ito. Count the bit depth values.
Sir, ano po yung bibilangin?
The bit depth values. Alright. So, pag bit depth values yan, ganyan magsagot. 20 then space values. Okay. So, ready na kayong ma-perfect. Ang napakadaling quiz. So, same setup class. Each item, you will be given 1 minute to answer. And you just need to write the answer on your paper. Wrong label, wrong. And once you write the answer on your paper, PM me for the timestamp purposes your answer. Just like before. Okay, item number 1 is the frequency, let's say 7 hertz. You write it on your paper, 7 hertz, then you direct message me 7 hertz for the timestamp. Okay? So as soon as the timer ends, we'll proceed to the next item. All right, let's start. Item number 1. So first 5 items is just the frequency. Again, class, pag mag-PPM kayo sa akin, lagyan nyo ng 1, item number 1, then tuldok, then space, your answer. May timestamp sa item number. Ilalagay nyo yung item number. Okay? So, item number 1.
Sir, wait po, nag-echo po kayo. Frequency, sir, hanapin.
Yes.
Sir, sa seconds lang po ba or sa buo po? Buong 2 seconds.
It doesn't matter. 1 or 2, same result. Yes.
Sir, yung numbering ko katulad nung exam dati, pag 1, tapos 2 na ako, nagiging 1 pa rin po.
Ano yung workaround natin doon? Lalagyan mo ng space?
Ano po, wag ko na lang po lagyan ng dot. Ulit
Okay,
ko na
okay,
lang
okay.
po.
Okay, okay. Sige. Submit it again. Okay. Item number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Okay, test 2. Find the SF. Item number 6.
Sir, di ko na po nilalagay ng item number yun sa akin, sir, kasi hindi po nagsisend, di nag-a-appear.
Okay, sige. Again, maglagay kayo ng label, class. Walang label, wrong. Item number 7. Eight. Nine. Ten. magkakatalo tuklas sa no, 11:15, bit depth values. Item number 11 tuklas.
Sir, values lang po lalagay, di na yung ano, di
Yes,
ba?
hindi na. X values. Yes, John Align.
Sir, ano po ulit hinahanap?
Yung values, bit depth values.
Get.
Values, bit depth values.
Sir, number 12 na po.
Yes, 12 na yan. Thirteen. Fourteen. And last, 15. Okay, now determine the Nyquist rate. That's number 16.
Sir, answer na lang po or kokopyahin pa 'tong sample rate, sir? And last number.
All right. Then, once you're done, take a picture of your test paper and send it in our GC. Bakit, Luis? Hindi mo nakita? What happened?
Hindi na po na-send, sir.
Ah, pero sa papel mo meron.
Hindi ko na rin po sinulat, sir.
Oh, sige. One, two, three, four, five, six.
Sir, yung number 1 ko, sir, yung sinend ko po sa'yo, may nakalagay po talagang item number yon. Pero yung mga kasunod po, wala na po. Parang ang gulo kasi tingnan.
Okay, 17 pa lang yung nagpapasa dito. Todo na to?
Sir, wait lang, sir. Isusulat ko lang. Di ko po kasi nasulat kanina. Kinokopya ko lang po yung comment ko.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sino pa hindi nagsasubmit? Last 1 minute. I'll give you 1 more minute. Pag natapos na tong timer dito, we'll check it. That's the timer. After that, we'll check. Last 40 seconds. Johnny died. Okay. Answer your paper. Correct your paper, I mean. Okay, item number 1, 7 hertz. Check your own paper, class. Next, 1 hertz. Number 3. 3. Number 3, 3 hertz. Number 4, 15. That's 15 hertz. Okay. Number 5. 8 hertz. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 7 hertz. SF 7 hertz. Number 7. 4 hertz. Number 7, 4 hertz. Number 8, 7 hertz. Number 8, 7 hertz. Number 9,
Sir, excuse me po. Ano po yung number 7?
7 is 4. 4 ang number 7. Wait lang.
Thank you.
Ang number 8 is 7. 7 hertz. Ang number 9, 4 hertz. And number 10, yes, Tina?
SF, mali daw po ba?
Walang SF?
Opo.
Yes.
Opo.
Pag walang SF, guys, sorry, but that is wrong. Okay, number, ano na tayo? Number 9, 4 hertz. And number 10, 4 hertz also.
Sir, pag wala pong hertz, mali din po.
Yes, pag walang hertz, mali. Pag walang SF, mali. Okay, number 11. $16. Number 12. $20. Number 13. $17. Number 14. 8 values. And number 15. 22 values. Okay, and 16 to 20. So class, pay attention sa hertz and sa kilohertz. Okay, the sample rate is 44.1. So the Nyquist rate, remember the sample rate should always be times 2. Okay, the original Nyquist rate or frequency, so that the anti-aliasing won't occur. Should always be times 2. So if the sample rate is 44.1 kilohertz, the Nyquist rate is 22.05 kilohertz or 22,050 hertz. Yun lang ang sagot. Okay, it's either 22.05 kilohertz or 22,050 hertz. Okay, number 17. 10,025 hertz. Okay. 10,025 hertz or 10,000 point, I'm sorry, 10.025 kilohertz. Okay, yung iba sa inyo nilagyan ng 10,000 na kilohertz pa rin yung rating. So, over na yon, million na yon. Pero pag yung sagot nyo is 10.025 kilohertz, then that's the correct answer. Next, number 18. 5.5 kilohertz or 5,500 hertz. Again, 5.5 kilohertz or 5,500 hertz. Yung number, ano to? Ano tong 25 kilohertz? Anong sinasabi mo, Ira? Tama. Tama. I know, may isang zero. 10.025.
Sir, ano po sa 17, sir? Nawala po kasi ako. Kamute ka po, sir.
10.025 kilohertz or 10,025 hertz. Yun yung sagot sa 17.
Sir, mali lang pala yung numbering ko, sir, sa 16 to 20. May sagot pala ako sa ano, sir, sa 19. Na-send ko po sa GC. Mali lang numbering ko.
Okay. No. Hindi 22.5 sa 17. Hindi 10.25. It's 10.025. Okay? Alam, master na master niyo yung decimal point with kilohertz. You know when the answer is correct. Okay, number 19 na tayo. Here, it's 3,000.055 kilohertz or 3,055 hertz. Yeah, that's correct. Yung sampling rate, yung times 2. Okay, nung original frequency. So, ang hinahanap natin is yung Nyquist rate. Got it? No, that's wrong, Tina. It should be 3.055 kilohertz. Sampling rate is times 2. Sa aliasing nga, di ba, class? The frequency is just 4.5 yung sample ko. Tapos 7 lang yung sample frequency niya. So, hindi siya nag-times 2. So, nagkaroon ng aliasing. So, sampling rate is always times 2. And last number, 2.5 kilohertz or 2,500 hertz. Okay, so there. Count the number of the correct answer. Then I will give you the equivalent score. Wait lang. One, 18, 125, 17, 1.5, 16, 175, 14 to 15, dos, 13, 225, 12, 2.5, 11, 275. Sure ako wala namang mas mababa sa 11. So, yun. Count the number and write the equivalent grade, then send it sa GC para ma-record. 10 meron? E di 3. Wala namang mas mababa sa 10, sigurado ko. Lu, may 7? Okay. 8 to 9, 3.5. 6 to 7, 4. Then 5 pababa, 5. Ayan, kasi ang dali na nga lang, hindi pa nilalagyan ng label ng maayos. Paano pag nagkaroon kayo ng hands-on experience? Tapos, inutusan kayo nung nagbabantay na lagyan ng equivalent hertz nung i-apply nyo. Tapos, number lang nilagay nyo, hindi nyo nilagyan ng proper label. Ano bang malay nyo doon kung volts yon or hertz yon? E di, sumabog na yung workstation nyo. So, you need to be specific. Lagyan nyo ng specific label. Okay? So, post the correct answer. And that will also serve as your attendance for today. Okay, so that's all for today's session. And if you don't have any question, then we can call it a day. Meron pa kayong isang subject, di ba, class? Kay Ma'am Dizo. Good luck. May klase ba kayo later?
Hindi po namin alam, sir.
Di pa nag-update si Dean. Okay. So ako may klase pa ako later with 3-1 up until 9 p.m. So, good luck.
Sir, di ka na napagod, sir?
Ha? Siyempre pagod. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, congratulations sa mga nakauno. Sino nakauno dito? Okay, so goodbye everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
See you next week.
Ingat po. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.